West Virginia Congressman Riley Moore. Great to see you this morning, Congressman. What did you make of the farewell address? Did it meet the mark for you?
No, and good morning to you all. Thanks for having me on. That was just a litany of hypocrisy throughout that entire speech. This idea, and you all talked about in your last segment, of this rising challenge of the oligarchy and the financial elites and all that. He gave the Presidential Medal of Freedom to George Soros, like 2 weeks ago. This is the same guy that did that. And I kept my word. I was a president for all Americans. It really feels like he was a president for everybody but the American people. He let 12 million illegal migrants into this country. He sold out our energy base here, coal, gas, oil, and sold that out to the Green New Deal, which China produces most of that, and then started monitoring Trump supporters, Catholics, people at parents at school board meetings and the like. I mean, this was just riddled with hypocrisy, all of this. And then obviously the cherry on top was the warning about ethics. The guy just pardoned his son, 10-year look back on that for all the crimes committed there.
Yeah, Congressman, I mean, I think that it was really tone deaf, much like the entire Biden administration. It wasn't talking about the issues and the things that really worried the American people and what they wanted to hear about. And so why should he change it on his way out the door? He just kept with the tone deaf.
Well, you're right on that. He was completely consistent in being tone deaf, which is why 61% of everybody who has been polled out here agrees that this was a failure. 61% of everybody believes that this administration was a failure. And guess what? They are correct. And we saw that borne out here at the ballot box with President Trump's historic victory. And this idea that he's taking credit for the progress that's been made in Israel as it relates to the Hamas and the hostages, we all know that's not true. We know that's President Trump. Just the same way where he won, now Hamas wants to talk, now the Taliban wants to talk, now Putin wants to talk. That didn't happen on Biden's watch. That happened on President Trump's watch because we have strength coming back into the White House, and they're going to respect this nation again.
Yeah, you make such a good point. And for those that missed the speech last night, this is the soundbite of Joe Biden talking about the ceasefire deal. Take a listen to this.
After 8 months of nonstop negotiation, my administration, a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached by Israel and Hamas.
Yeah, so he tried to make it pretty clear there that it was his doing this. We know that Donald Trump played a huge role in this, too, especially on January 7th when Donald Trump came out and said there will be hell to pay. I think Hamas got the message, Congressman.
No, I think they read that message loud and clear. And and even President Trump didn't necessarily send any message to the Taliban, for instance, and they unilaterally on their own said, we would like to talk to you. Everybody knows that the boss is back in town, and we are not going to put up with any of this. And this is the same thing that happened when he came in the last time. He, as you might recall, Obama said, well, ISIS is going to be this generational threat, and they're just going to have this caliphate that we're just going to have to live with out in the Middle East. Trump comes in and eliminates it within months. Months. Yeah. It's gone. So now we're going to have strength back in the White House. And with President Trump back in the White House, the world is going to be a safer place. He is the peace and prosperity president. And thank God he's back.
Congressman Riley Moore, thank you so much for joining this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.